and welcome to Chair Yoga. If you are joining us for the first time, there are a few things that you need to know. The first is that your safety is most important. And therefore, if we're doing any pose that you're finding too difficult or is not available to you today, please feel free to either modify that position or simply come out of the position and join us when you feel comfortable. As you can see, we do our practice sitting on a straight back chair with no arms, and that chair is resting on either a yoga mat or a carpeted surface. And we do our practice in bare feet or wearing running shoes. Wearing only socks alone is problematic because our feet tend to slip on our mat or on the carpeted surface. Towards the end of our practice, we use a yoga strap. This is a yoga strap. However, if you don't have a yoga strap, don't worry about it. There are several other things you can use in its place. You can use a man's tie. You can use the belt of a housecoat. You can use a Dynaband. You can even use a regular belt. Any of those will work. I tend to use two phrases that you should know the meaning of. The first one is engaging your core. So let's imagine that we have just pulled our favorite pair of jeans out of the dryer and we're putting them on and they're rather tight. So as we do our zipper up, we have to engage our core or pull our bellies in order to get that zipper up. The other way of looking at it is to imagine that someone is about to hit you right in your belly. As they do so, you would tighten your belly to protect yourself. The second phrase is hinging from the hips. So at any time when we're doing any forward fold position, we're hinging from the hips rather than the waist, and our head and spine are in alignment. So I think we're ready to go. So let's sit back in our chair, sitting up nice and tall, relaxing our shoulders and closing our eyes. And then just bringing your hands lightly onto your belly. And as you breathe in, feel your bellies rise as if you're blowing up a balloon. And as you breathe out, let that balloon go, letting all the air out. And again, breathing in through your nose, blowing your balloon up. As you breathe out, let all the air out. You can continue to do that either with your mouth open or closed, and just rest your hands on your legs. And as we breathe in and out, let's take this opportunity to leave all our cares just outside the door, leaving anything that will not serve us during our practice outside the door, and connect your mind and your body with your breath. Letting go of all the minor irritations and tensions of the morning. Letting go of any tension you may be holding in your neck and your shoulders. Letting go of any negative thoughts, anything that may have caused you any distress today. And finally, letting go of self-doubt. Being mindful that this is your own personal journey, and therefore we have no expectations, we never judge, and we're not in competition with anyone else. But simply allow yourself to enjoy this journey, directing your gaze inward, being present in the moment, ignoring all that monkey chatter that goes on in our heads. And imagine that your thoughts are like the clouds in the sky. Let those thoughts just drift by, acknowledging those thoughts, and then just let them go. Well, let's just take a moment to mentally scan our own bodies, noticing any areas that need your special attention today. Feel free to either modify or come out of any position that may be causing you any distress, and joining us when you feel comfortable. On our next breath, let's drop our chins to our chest. Then as we breathe in, rotating the chin over to your right shoulder. As we breathe out, come back to the center. Then over to the left shoulder as you breathe in. As you breathe out, back to the center. Again to the right as you breathe in. And breathing out, back to the center. Then to the left as you breathe in, and back to the center as you breathe out. Then lifting your heads up into neutral position, opening your eyes, softening your gaze, and making your way to the front of your chair. Then sitting up nice and tall, arms down by our side, and let's lift our shoulders up to our ears. Then rotate the shoulders back and down. And again, lift up, back, and down. 2 more times, lifting up, back, and down. Last time, lift up, back, and down. Then bringing our hands to our hearts. As we breathe in, let's extend our arms out to the side and all the way up to the ceiling. As we breathe out, hands back to our hearts. And again, breathing in, reaching all the way up. Breathing out, hands to the heart. 2 more times, breathing in, reaching all the way up. Breathing out, hands to your heart. 1 last time, breathing in, reaching all the way up. And breathing out, hands to your heart. This time, as you breathe in, extending the arms up, lacing your fingers together, reaching up towards the ceiling, nice and tall. And then going over to the left side, keeping those arms nice and straight. And then dropping your left hand down, holding on to the side of your chair, reach a little higher, and then over your ear. Notice that nice stretch all the way along your right side. Then coming back to the center, joining your hands together, reaching up, and then over to the right side. Again, noticing that stretch. And then bringing your right hand down, holding onto your chair, reaching up, and then over your ear. On your next breath, come all the way back up. Breathe out. As you open your arms wide, bring them back behind you, lacing your fingers together, then drawing your shoulder blades together, lifting your arms a little bit away from your body as you lean forward slightly. Hinging from the hips. Then letting go, bringing the arms back to the center, lacing your fingers together and pressing them right out from your chest. Notice that nice stretch in the back of your shoulders. On your next breath, let's open our arms into cactus arms. Elbows are parallel to the floor, palms are facing forward, then squeezing our shoulder blades together again. Now we're opening the front of our bodies. On our next breath, let's bring our arms to the center, elbows and palms are touching. Then open your arms as you breathe in. Breathe out as you come forward. And again, breathe in, open up. Breathe out, come forward. 2 more times. Breathe in. Breathe out, come forward. 1 last time, breathing in. Breathe out, come forward. And then just drop your hands so they're around your elbows. And then lifting your arms up over your head. Again, sitting right nice and tall. And then just rotate so you're looking over to the left side of your mat. Getting some rotation in our spine as we do this. And then coming back to the center. Let's do the same thing on the other side, rotating to the right, looking off to the right side. And then come back to the center. Then letting go of the arms, bring the arms back down, and then swing the arms forward into flying bird, sweeping them forward, and then opening the hearts. And again, sweep them forward. Open your hearts as you breathe in. Breathe out, come forward. 1 more time, open the hearts. 1 more time, sweep it forward. Next time we hold it here, breathing in and out. Then resting your arms down. Rotate your shoulders. Extending your right arm out to the side, and then sweep that arm right across to the outside of your left knee. Bringing the left hand behind you, holding onto your chair wherever you wish, and then rotate around, looking over your left shoulder. On your next breath, let's come to the center and extend the left arm out. Sweep it right across your body, resting it on the outside of your right knee, and right hand goes behind you, looking over your right shoulder. And once again, noticing that rotation in your spine, making sure we're still sitting nice and tall. Then coming back to the center, Let's bring our left knee into our chest, rotating our ankles in a circle. Change direction. Then flexing your foot, extend the leg out. Keeping that foot flexed, let's go of our legs and bringing your heels down onto your mat, toes are up to the ceiling. Take a deep breath in, reach all the way up. Breathe out, come forward, sliding your hands down the front of your leg. Don't worry if you don't reach your toes. Don't worry about that. Instead, think about letting go of any tension you're holding in your neck, your shoulders, and your lower back. Relaxing our shoulders. Then lifting our heads, slowly come back up and bring the foot back on. Bring your right knee into your chest, rotate your ankles. Changing direction, flexing your foot, extend the leg out in front of you. Then on our next breath, letting go of the leg, bringing your heel down onto your mat, toes are up to the ceiling. And again, taking a deep breath in, reaching up. As you breathe out, forward fold, sliding your hands down the front of your leg. And again, just feel that nice stretch in your lower back, your shoulders, and behind your knee. Then lifting your head, slowly come back up. This time, let's bring our heels onto the edges of our mat. Our toes are up to the ceiling. We're hinging from the hips. Take a deep breath in, reaching up. As we breathe out, forward fold, sliding your hands down the front of your legs. If you can reach your toes, fine. If not, don't worry about it. You can rest your hands on your legs wherever it's comfortable for you. Breathe. Elbows are nice and soft. Letting yourself get a little deeper into this with each breath. Then lifting your heads and slowly come back up. Then bring the soles of your feet onto the edges of your mat. Come up onto your toes on your left foot, and then bring that knee right into the center, then back to the front, and then down. Same thing on the right, into the center, to the front, and down. Again on the left, up, in, front, and down. One more time on the right, in, front, and down. This time, both feet at the same time. Come up, go to the right, come back to the center, and down. Same thing on the left. Come up, to the left, center, and down. One more time on each side. Up, to the right, center, and down. Last time. Up, to the left, center, and down. Good work, everyone. Let's bring our feet onto our mats. We're going into sun salutation and follow that by some squats. So if you're joining us for the first time, you may want to watch the first time that we do this sun salutation and join us for the next two. Feel free to join us anytime you want. Take a deep breath in, reach up. Breathe out, cactus arms. Breathe in, come forward. Breathe out, come down. Breathe in, halfway up. Breathe out, come back down. Left arm comes up, breathe in. Breathe out, come back down. Right arm up, breathe in. Breathe out, come back down. Both arms up, breathe in. Breathe out, hands to your heart. This time a little faster. Breathe in, reach up. Breathe out, cactus arms. Breathe in, come forward. Breathe out, come down. Breathe in, halfway up. Breathe out, come back down. Left arm up, breathe in. Breathe out, come back down. Right arm up, breathe in. Breathe out, come back down. Both arms up, breathe in. Breathe out, hands to your heart. One last time, breathe in, reach up. Breathe out, cactus arms. Breathe in, come forward. Breathe out, come down. Breathe in, halfway up. Breathe out, come back down. Left arm up, breathe in. Breathe out, come back down. Right arm up, breathe in. Breathe out, come back down. Both arms up, breathe in. Breathe out, hands to your heart. Today we're doing standing squat chair squats. So you're going to stand up and imagine that you have a block or a rolled up towel on the seat of your chair, and you're only going to come down so that you're almost touching that block or that towel. So you're coming down for 4 and up for 4. So it goes down 1, 2, 3, 4. Come up, 2, 3, 4. Down, 2, 3, 4. Come up, 2, 3, 4. 3, 2, 3, 4. Come up, 2, 3, 4. 4, 2, 3, 4. Come up, 2, 3, 4. 4 more times. 5, 2, 3, 4. Come up, 2, 3, and 4. Push your butt back. 6, 2, 3, 4. Come up, 2, 3, 4. 7, 2, 3, 4. Come up, 2, 3, 4. Last time. This time we're holding it down and then reaching up. Hold it here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hands to your heart and sit back down onto your chair. Well, I think our bodies are nice and warm. Now we're going to go into some Vinyasa Flow. And Vinyasa Flow is moving from one position or pose to another with each breath. So let's go into our Warrior One position. Knee is at about a 45-degree angle out to the side. Our hips are facing our knees. Then come all the way up, breathing in and out. So get ready for Vinyasa Flow. As you breathe in, sweep your arms back, breathe out. Breathe in as you come all the way back up. Breathe out as you come back down, arms behind you. And again, breathe in, reach all the way up. Breathe out, back behind you. This time stay down, then lacing your fingers together, lifting your arms up over your shoulders, dropping your chest as low as you can. So you may, if you find that this is a little too extreme for you, feel free to modify it. You can bring your hands back a little lower, or you can simply let go of your hands and just stretch the arms out behind you. On our next breath, let's come all the way up into Warrior Two, opening the arms parallel to the floor. Our hips are facing the front of our mat. Then going into Vinyasa Flow. Start by coming forward, dropping down onto your elbow and lifting that arm over your ear into open angle. So from here, let's breathe in as we come up into Warrior Two. Breathe out, reach up. Breathe in, open up. Breathe out, over to Reverse Warrior. And again, breathe in, Warrior Two. Breathe out, reach up. Breathe in, Warrior Two. Breathe out, open angle. One more time. Breathe in, Warrior Two. Breathe out, reach up. Breathe in, Warrior Two. Breathe out, Reverse Warrior. Last sequence, breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out. This time we're staying in open angle. And then turning your palms towards the front of your mat. Let's sweep our arms back across our back to our opposite hip. Rotating the shoulder back, looking up towards the ceiling. Really leaning into that elbow, making sure that our ears are well away from our shoulders. If you wish to go a little deeper into this, you can drop your right hand down onto the floor. Or if you wish to go into bound angle, you can bring that right hand underneath the seat of your chair, slide it as far as you can to the other side, and imagine that your fingertips are touching and you're creating a bow with your arms. Breathing in and out, in. And as you breathe out, bring that right hand back onto the side of your chair and then extend the left arm straight up to the ceiling, going into triangle. So you can slide your hands down as far as you wish down the side of your chair, or you can bring your hands onto the floor again, making sure that that arm is right over your shoulders, palms are facing forward. Or if you wish to join me in standing triangle, Let's bring our hand onto our hip, right hand onto the seat of your chair, and come up, looking down that front foot, and then extending the left arm straight up to the ceiling, looking up that extended arm. Breathing in and in. And as you breathe out, let's bring our hands down and rotate to the front. Then sitting back down onto our chair, let's take a deep breath in, reach all the way up. Breathe out, forward fold, sliding your hands down so that they're in the middle of your mat. And then walking your hands over to your right ankle, straightening your left leg, wrapping your left hand around your ankle, bringing your right hand onto your knee, or if you wish, you can bring that right hand behind your back to your opposite hip, dropping your shoulder down as low as you can. Breathing in and out. So the lower you go, the deeper the stretch. The wider your legs are, the deeper the stretch. Feeling that stretch in your inner thighs and in rotation in your spine. Then let's walk our hands to the center, bringing the elbows on top of your knees, come up halfway, breathe. Then bringing your hands on top of your thighs, come up the rest of the way with a breath. Let's do that same sequence on the left side. So you're turning halfway around, making sure that your left knee is right over your heel, right leg is behind, pressing the back part of your foot into the floor. Our hips are facing our front knee. Then come all the way up into Warrior One. Let yourself surrender into Warrior One. And then from here into Vinyasa Flow, breathe in. As you breathe out, sweep your arms back, lifting them up. Again, bring the arms up, breathe in. Breathe out, sweep the arms back, dropping your chest. Again, breathe in, reach up. And breathe out, sweep the arms back. This time you're staying down, lacing your fingers together, then lifting your arms up over your back, dropping your chest down as low as you can. Perhaps you're able to get your arms a little higher this time. You've already done it once. You have muscle memory. Again, the lower you go, the easier this is. Last breath. Remember to modify if you need to. On our next breath, let go of the hands and come back up into Warrior Two. From here, going into Vinyasa Flow, start by shifting your weight forward and dropping down onto your left elbow. Right arm goes up over your ears, stretching the fingers towards the side of your mat. Imagine that you have a straight line from your fingertips all the way down the side of your body, down to your back heel. On our next breath, let's come up into Warrior Two. Breathe out, come up. Open the arms, breathe in. Breathe out, go into Reverse Warrior, arm over your ear. And again, breathe in as you come up into Warrior Two. Breathe out, come all the way up. Breathe in into Warrior Two. Breathe out into Open Angle. Let's do that one more time. Breathe in, Warrior Two. Breathe out, reach up. Breathe in, Warrior Two. Breathe out, Reverse Warrior. Last sequence, breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out. This time we're staying in Open Angle. Remember that we're leaning right into our elbows, then turning your right hand towards the front of your mat, and sweep that arm across your back to your opposite hip. Rotating your right shoulder back as far as you can. And it's your choice. You can stay here, or you can drop your hand down onto the floor. Or you can bring that hand underneath the seat of your chair, sliding it along as far as you can go. And again, imagining that your fingertips are touching, rotating the shoulder back. Last breath. Let's come back up Hand on the side of your chair. Extend the right arm up to the ceiling. This time we're going into triangle. So feel free to slide your hand far down the chair as you wish, or you can bring your hand onto the floor. If you wish, you can join me in standing triangle, bringing that right hand onto your hip, left hand onto the seat of your chair. Then come up, look down that front leg, then extend the right arm straight up to the ceiling, making sure that that arm is right over your shoulder, turning the palms towards the front of your mat, looking up that extended arm. Your left arm should be straight. 2 more breaths. Last breath. Let's bring our hands down and rotate to the front and sit back down, making sure we're still at the front of our chair. Again, keeping our legs nice and wide. Take a deep breath in, reach all the way up, and swan dive down. Hands on the floor. Let's walk our hands over to our left ankle, wrapping your right hand around your ankle, straightening your left leg. Then bringing your left hand onto your knee. And if you wish, you can bring that hand all the way back, right to your opposite hip, and dropping your right shoulder down as low as you can. And again, the wider your legs are, the deeper the stretch. The lower you go, the deeper the stretch. 2 more breaths. Last breath. Let's bring our hands back to the center, bending both knees. Then elbows on top of your knees, come up halfway. And then hands on top of your thighs, come up the rest of the way. Let's bring our feet back onto our mat. We're going to start targeting our core a little bit more. So we're going to go into eagle. So you want to be sitting right at the edge of your chair. Engage your core, do up that zipper. Then cross your left ankle over your right. Then come up onto your toes. Then bring your left arm to the center, fingertips pointing up to the ceiling. The right arm can either touch, or you can bring your right arm underneath the left, wrap it around, palms are touching each other, then lifting the arms up parallel to your chest. You can stay here, or you can lift your toes off the floor. Engage your core, really tighten that belly, and let's hold it for 5, 4, 3, 2. Last breath, toes down, unfold the arms, unfold the legs. Same thing on the other side, so right crosses over the left, come up onto your toes, sit tall, right arm to the center, left arm can either touch or come underneath, wrap it around, palms are facing each other, lift the arms up. You can stay here or you can lift your toes off. And we're holding this for 5, 4. You may find that this is a little easier this time. 6, or maybe it's more challenging. Last breath. Bring the toes down, uncurl the arms, uncurl the legs. Excellent. Let's rotate over to the right side, and we're going to go into our boat position. So again, we're targeting our core, so really do that zipper up. You can rest your arm on the back of your chair like this, or you can bring your hand right back so it's resting in the middle of the back of your chair. Then go back about 45 degrees. So you're directing your gaze just up where the wall meets the ceiling. Then come up onto your toes. This is the first variation. I'm going to give you 4 variations. You can choose whichever one you wish. Second variation, still arms up like this. Bring one leg up. Third variation, find your balance. Bring both legs up. Hold it here. Look up. Fourth variation involves a motion. So you can bring your hands here or up here. Extend one leg. Bring it in. Extend the other leg. Bring it in. Let's do it 4 more times. So that's 4. And in. 3. And in. 2, and in. Last one, and in. Hands down, toes down. Hinge from the hips, come forward. Slide your hands all the way down to your ankles. And just give yourself a nice stretch. Relaxing your shoulders, feeling that stretch in your lower back, also in your shoulders. So we're doing that same sequence again, just for good measure. So let's start by coming up slowly. Let's float our boat. So you're going to find that position where you get maximum benefit. Back like this. Hold on to your chair wherever you wish. Come up onto your toes. Then you can extend the arms. If you wish to go the next progression, you can bring your other leg up. If you wish to go a little further, you can bring both legs up, really floating your boat now. And the last one, extending the legs out and in, out and in. Let's do 4 more. 4 and in, 3 and in, 2 and in, last one and in, toes down, hands down, roll down. Give yourself a little stretch. Very good, everyone. Then let's rotate to the front. And we're doing the next sequencing, standing up. So let's stand up. And let's bring our chair just to the front of your mat. Standing up nice and tall. Standing behind your chair, let's just start by pedaling our feet right and left. So what we're doing here is simply waking up all the bones and muscles in our feet, getting ready for our first balance position. Then let's go into our first balancing. Come up onto your toes. Find your balance. Let go of your chair and hold it here. We're holding it for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hands down, heels down. Next time we're holding it for 7. So we're coming all the way up. Engage your core. Find your balance. Holding it here for 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hands on the chair. Come back down. Next time we're holding it for 9. Come all the way up. Finding your balance. Holding it here for 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hands on the chair. Come down. This is the last time and we're holding it for 10. And see if you can bring your hands over your head this time. Come up. Find your balance. You can bring your hands up, holding it here for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, hands down for 1 and down the heels. Good work. That's pretty tricky. Okay, let's go to the side of our chair. And we're going to stand about 2 feet away from your chair. Then you're going to bring your foot that's closest to the front of your mat behind the other foot, and then bring it right around so that your heels are touching and your little toes are kissing each other. Then you can bring your hands onto the seat of your chair. Now your front knee is bent, but your back leg is straight. We're working a lot of stretching in our lower back here. If you wish, you can bring your hands onto the floor, dropping your chest down, using your breath. Each time you breathe out, sink a little deeper. 2 more breaths. Last breath. And lifting your head, bring the hands on top of your chair. Come all the way up slowly. Unfold the legs. We're doing the same thing on the other leg. So you're going to bring your foot closest to the back of your chair, behind the other foot. Your heels are touching. Your toes are kissing each other. Hands on the seat of your chair. Again, your front knee is slightly bent. Your back leg is straight. If you wish, you can bring your hands down onto the floor. And you might notice that one side is a lot more flexible than the other. And this is very common. You just notice it. Just noticing the difference from right to left or left to right. 2 more breaths. Last breath. Hands are back on the seat of your chair. Come up slowly. And then hands on the top. Uncurl the legs. Then bring your hands back onto the seat of your chair like this. Then bend both knees. And as you bend your knees, drop your head right between your arms. Then keeping your head right between your arms, slowly begin to straighten your legs. Feel that nice, yummy stretch in your lower back going into downward dog. Then lifting your head, flatten your back, come up onto your toes, and simply shift your weight over your hands into plank. Now you want to keep your bodies nice and straight. Then come down an inch. Come down another inch. Come down a 1/3 inch and hold it here. Pull your bellies in. If you wish to challenge yourself further, you can take one leg off the floor. You can rest it either on your ankle or lift it up. On your next breath, bring your feet down, straighten your arms, and shift your weight back into downward dog. Feel that nice stretch. Oh, I can see some really nice downward dogs. Good chance to really give your back a nice stretch. 2 thumbs up for that. Excellent. And once again, going into our plank, come up onto your toes, shift your weight forward over your hands. And again, come down an inch, come down a 2nd inch, come down a 1/3 inch, pull those bellies in, flat back. And if you wish, you can take 1 foot off the floor. Hold it here. Last breath. Bring the feet down, straighten your arms, and then press back into downward dog. This is so nice. Then come up onto your toes, walk forward, then stand upright. Let's make a fist with both hands. You're going to bring those fists right to the base of your spine, then draw your elbows together, and then gently press into the base of your spine as you really pull those elbows together and directing your gaze up towards the ceiling. So we're just directing our gaze. Be mindful that our head still is in line with our spine. And feel that nice stretch all the way down the front of your body, particularly in your hips. Then slowly come back up. Let's turn, face the front of our mats. And we're going to do 3 things. We're going to do the clock, the tree, and our variation on Warrior 3. So the clock, start at 1 o'clock, then 2 o'clock, then 3 o'clock, 4, 5, then way back to 6, back heel is off the floor, bend the front knee, come down and up, feet together. Let's do that a little faster. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Way back to 6. Down and up. 2 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Way back to 6. Down and up. Make sure that front knee is tracking over your heel. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Way back to 6. Down and up. Good work. Let's bring our feet together. Then turn your knee out to the side. Your heel can be resting on your other heel, or you can bring that foot onto your calf, or you can even bring that foot onto your thigh. You choose whichever position you wish. Going into our tree position, extend one arm up over your head. If you wish, you can let go of the other hand and bring it up, or you can keep your hand on the side of your chair. It's always your choice. So that we're imagining that we're really strong trees. Our feet are the roots, our bodies are the trunk, our arms are the limbs. Then let's bring our hands down, rotate to the front, then step back with that left foot, curl the back toe under, bending the front knee, hand on the seat of your chair. Then shift your weight forward. As you do so, straighten your front leg, lifting that back leg up parallel to the floor, flexing your foot. Then extending your left arm out from your shoulder. Now, if you wish to challenge your balance further, come up onto 1 or 2 fingers. If you wish to go even further, you can take your hand off the chair altogether. This is Warrior 3. Last breath. Let's bring our hands down, bring our feet down, bending your knees, and slowly come back up. Going to the other side of your chair, we're going to do the clock on this side, then our tree, and then Warrior 3. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, way back to 6, down and up again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, way back to 6, down and up. 2 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, way back to 6, down and up. Make sure that when you do that, your back heel is off the floor. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, way back to 6, down and up. Feet together. Then turn your knee out to the side. You can rest your foot against your leg. You can bring it to your calf or even up to your thigh. Again, bring your right hand up. If you wish, you can let go of your chair and bring the other hand up. It's again your choice, whichever you feel most comfortable. We're doing this for 3 more breaths. 2. Last breath. Let's bring our hands down, rotate the knee to the front, then step back into lunge position, back heel off the floor, front knee is bent, hand on the seat of your chair, shift your weight forward, straightening that front leg, lifting the back leg up parallel to the floor, flexing your foot, extending the right arm out from your shoulder. And again, if you wish to challenge yourself, you can come up on 2 fingers or 1 finger, or you can let go of the chair altogether. We're holding it for 3 more breaths. 2. Last breath. Hands on your hip, feet down, bend your knees, roll up, vertebra at a time. Good work. I think it's time for us to sit back down on our chair. And let's take a moment to grab a drink of water. This is particularly important during the summer because it's very easy to get dehydrated very quickly. Then let's take our straps. Make sure you're sitting at the front of your chair Open your knees hip width apart, hands at your thighs, nice straight arms, straight strap. Come all the way up. We're working our shoulders now. So pull on the strap. And then going over to the left side, you're pulling down with the left, pulling up with the right, really pulling, feeling that dynamic tension, keeping the arms straight. We're holding this for 3, 2, last breath. Come all the way back up. Let's go over to the right side, pulling down with the right, pull up with the left. And we're holding this again for another 3 breaths. 2, last breath. Come back up and down. Let's open our arms the width of our mat. So at any time, if we're doing any position and you're having difficulty with your shoulders, please feel free to modify it or simply come out of the position and wait for us. This time, coming all the way up, we're targeting the back of our shoulders and our middle back. So lift up, then press back. And as you press back, squeeze your shoulder blades together. Making sure we're still sitting nice and tall. And we're holding this for 3, 2, last breath. Come back up and bring the arms down. This time we're targeting the rotational movement in our shoulders. So we're opening our arms as wide as we can, turning the palms to the front, keeping that strap straight and the arms straight. Come all the way up, breathing in. Breathing out, come all the way back behind you. And again, come all the way up. Come all the way down in front. Let's do that again. Come all the way up. So if you're finding that going back is too extreme for you, modify, don't go as far back, but make sure your arms stay straight and make sure that the strap stays straight. Come down. Let's do that 2 more times. Breathing in and out. Breathing in and out. One last time. Breathing in and out. Breathing in and out. Ah, nice work. Let's bring our hands so that our fingers are making a loop underneath with your strap. Then sweep that arm across your face, bringing your right elbow parallel to your ear, then turning your right finger towards your left shoulder. Reaching back with your left hand, walk your hand up the strap. Then turning your right finger down towards the center of your back. Again, we're sitting up nice and tall. So we want to get our hands as close as we can to each other. If you have had a shoulder injury and have gone for physio, this may be one of the positions, exercises that your physiotherapist has given you. Let go, bring the strap to the front, getting mobility in our shoulders. Same thing on the other side, take the strap, make a loop, sweep it across your face, right hand finger towards your left shoulder, or your right shoulder rather, and right hand behind you, walk your hand up the strap. Then turning your left finger right down to the center of your back, elbows pointing straight up to the ceiling. And let's keep in mind that we're still sitting at the edge of our chair, sitting upright. 2 more breaths. And last breath. Let go of the strap. Let's work our lower body. Bring that strap across your thighs. Bring your left knee into your chest, hug underneath your knee, flexing your foot, extend the leg out. Then let's bring our knee back in, right to your chest. Get hold of the strap, hands are foot apart, strap underneath the sole of your foot, wrapping your hands around the strap right at your ankles. Then flexing your foot with control and very slowly extend that leg out. Keep a little bit of a micro bend in your knee, protecting your knees. And then take both ends of the strap in your left hand, holding onto the chair with your right, and let that left leg float out to the side. So our hips are still facing straight ahead, It's only our leg that's going out to the side, getting some mobility in our hips. Hold on to your chair. And then come back to the center. Take both ends of the strap in your right hand, holding on to your chair with your left. If you've had a hip replacement, stay here. If you haven't, you can cross the midline and feel that stretch on the outer aspect of your thigh, getting some internal rotation in your hips. Then let's bring our heel across our opposite knee. Put the strap across your thighs. If you find that this position is too extreme for you, feel free to move that leg a little further along till you find that position that works for you. Then bring your left hand onto the inside of your left knee, holding on to your foot with your right, hinging from the hips. Breathe in. As you breathe out, come forward. And again, breathe in, breathe out. Looking ahead of your mat, breathe in and out. Imagine that each time you breathe out, you're blowing a candle out. Each time you blow your candle out, try to come a little closer to your thighs. Keep coming forward until you find that spot where you can go no further. And it's only then that you can drop your head down, relaxing your shoulders. Last breath. And lift your head and slowly come back up. And crossing your knees, wrapping your right hand around your knee, left hand goes back behind you, holding onto your chair wherever you wish, then rotate around. Imagine that you've got a string attached to the top of your head. That string is pulling you straight up to the ceiling, nice straight backs, looking over your left shoulder. Then come back to the center, unfold the legs. Same sequence on the other side. Bring your right knee into your chest, flexing your foot, extend the leg out. Then come back in. The strap, hands about a foot apart, underneath the sole of your foot. Wrap your hands around the strap and then extend the leg out. Again, keeping a little micro bend in your knee. Let's protect those knees. And then take both ends of the strap in your right hand, hold onto your chair with the left. Let that leg float out. Once again, our hips are straight ahead. Breathe in and out. This is called external rotation. The more flexible our hips are, the less likely we are to fall and less likely to break our hips. Then come back to the center. Take both ends of the strap in your other hand. Hold on to your chair with your right. If you've had a hip replacement on this side, stay here. If not, go across the midline. Internal rotation, feel that stretch on the outer part of your thigh. And then cross your heel over your opposite knee. You can get rid of your strap, placing your right hand on the inside of your knee, left hand supporting your foot, hinging from the hips. Let's come forward. Breathe out and in. Breathe out. Blowing your candle out each time. Each time you blow your candle out, come forward. When you found that spot where you can go no further, then you can drop your head. This is a very deep stretch, piriformis stretch. If you are a runner or do a lot of walking, or if you have a condition called piriformis syndrome, low back pain, this is a very effective stretch for you. Then lifting your heads and slowly come back up. And crossing your knees, wrapping your left hand around your knee, right hand goes behind. You can hold on to your chair wherever you wish, and then rotating around, looking over your right shoulder. Are we still sitting up nice and tall? Breathing in and out. 2 more breaths. Last breath. Let's come to the front, unfold the legs. One last thing before we do our final savasana. Sitting still at the front of our chair, feet are together. Let's bring our hands up like this so that our fingertips are touching the sides of your temple, elbows are back. Breathe in. As you breathe out, rotate over to the left side. Then dropping your left elbow down onto your your right elbow down onto your right knee, left elbow up to the ceiling. Then come all the way back up, rotate to the front. Same thing on the other side, look over to the right, then dropping your left elbow onto your left knee, right elbow up to the ceiling. Come back up, rotate to the front. This time, drop your left hand down. Right elbow still back, rotate around, then drop that right elbow to the outside of your left knee. Bring your palms together. Left elbow is pointing up to the ceiling. Your hands are in prayer position, looking out to the side of your mat. Breathe in and out. Slowly come up, rotate to the front. Right hand goes down, left hand at your temple. Rotate around, and then drop that left elbow to the outside of your right knee. Bring the palms together, elbow pointing up to the ceiling, looking out to the side of your mat. Just getting a little bit extra rotation in our spines here. And come back to the center, and then slowly come back up. Time for our final Savasana. Let's sit back in our chairs. Sitting up nice and tall. Let's just close our eyes, resting our hands on our thighs, relaxing our shoulders. Then lifting your toes off the mat, just wiggle your toes. Then let's just rotate our ankles in a circle. Change direction. Then let your feet rest lightly on your mat again. Then relaxing our legs. As we move up our legs, imagine your calves are melting away. Then moving up into your thighs. As you relax your thighs, notice them become warm and heavy. Then let's take a moment to gently massage the top of our legs. Just feel that nice warmth that's generated as you do this. And then change direction. And bringing your hands back to your thighs. Let's move up into our lower backs. Let's give our body permission to let go of any tension we're holding in our backs. Let that tension move from your back into the back of your chair. Breathe. Then starting our 3-part breath, breathing through your nose, starting your breath right from your belly, moving to your ribs, into your chest, then very slowly let that breath go from your chest, back down to your ribs, back down to your belly. And again, breathing through your nose, starting right at your bellies, moving to your ribs, into your chest, and this time let's hold our breath. Whenever you're ready, slowly let that breath go, starting at your chest, moving down to your ribs, and then down to your belly. Let's continue to breathe slowly in and out. As you start to relax your neck and your shoulders. Then relaxing your jaw by opening your mouth slightly. Relaxing your tongue and your throat. Let's take a moment to gather up all our negative thoughts. Anything that may have caused you any distress today. Perhaps it was anger or anxiety or the feelings of loneliness and isolation, or perhaps it was pain. Whatever it may have been, tie those thoughts to an imaginary balloon. Then let your balloon go. Watch it float up into the sky, taking all your negative thoughts with it, replacing those thoughts with those of love, of joy, of gratitude, and finally, of harmony. Notice your body begin to float an inch off your chair. The reading today is called Remember. Remember to spend some time with your loved ones because they're not going to be around forever. Remember to say a kind word to someone who looks up to you in awe, because that little person will soon grow up and leave your side. Remember to give a warm hug to the one next to you, because that is the only treasure that you can give with your heart, and it doesn't cost a cent. Remember to say, I love you, to your partner and your loved ones, but most of all, mean it. A kiss and an embrace will mend hurt when it comes from deep inside you. Remember to hold hands and cherish the moment, for someday that person will not be there again. Give time to love. Give time to share the precious thoughts in your mind. And always remember, life is not measured by the number of breaths we take, but by those moments that take our breath away. Let us bring our hands together in prayer position, heart center. I thank you for allowing me to guide you through your journey today. The light and love within me salutes the light and love within you. Namaste, everyone. Namaste. And whenever you're ready, slowly open your eyes and feel free to go. Thank you, everyone, for coming. It was so nice to see you today.